Hello my loves, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry that you can see the shadow of my filming setup, but that's fine. We'll keep going because it's a nice sunny beautiful winter's day and I just have to use the sunshine because it has been raining and windy for like 2 weeks straight. So sun is great, we need that vitamin D. Anyway, hello, welcome back. If you are new here, hi, welcome. I do a video every single week and it's very lifestyle and book related content, and if you were down for that, then please subscribe and give this video a like. You will notice by the title of this video that this is actually for my Christian girlies, my Christian girls out there who are looking for some books to read. Basically, I'm in the middle of moving. Let me show you. Yep, moving. I'm packing all my books away and I'm like, you know what, I should do a Christian girl book video because I haven't touched on any Christian books that I have read. Honestly, I have not read many, okay? I really haven't. This is just books that I've read as a Christian girly that have honestly changed my life. So I thought I would share them with you. Honestly, I haven't read these books for a long time, so I will do my best in trying to explain them to you. But the first book that I read was Kisses from Katie. As a young girl, I had this dream to go to Africa and to help the less fortunate and to share God's word in Africa, and I had a few people that inspired me when I was a young girl to one day go and do that, and in fact I did. I did go to South Africa in 2019. It was an incredible experience and I would go again in a heartbeat. It was just amazing, and to fill out this humongous lifelong dream was like just unreal. Like, I think anyone would say that, like, if you have this dream that you have wanted since you were a child and then you finally get to achieve that, it is beautiful and it's the best thing ever. Anyway, so I read Kisses from Katie and paired that also with Daring to Hope, which is her second book. So this one, she is quite young. It starts off when she's 16 and how she just had a lot of good things in life. She had this big house and this fancy car and went to the right school and everything like that. And then she wanted to go to Uganda. So this book is based mainly in Uganda. I folded down a lot of pages, a lot of things that spoke to me in this book. Yeah, she's just an incredible woman of God. To see the love of God shine through her was just beautiful, and how she helps these kids and these families is amazing. So definitely pick this one up. Okay, her second book, Daring to Hope, is a lot thinner compared to her first book, but yet again, I have marked a number of pages in this one. This goes more into her life still, but how she is now living in Uganda. It also goes into how she met her husband and how they adopted this many kids. Yeah. All those kids that they adopted, and they obviously have one of their own as well. So it goes into her life more in depth, a little bit about family and how she managed to adopt all those kids as well. Again, just really inspiring, and I think what she does in Uganda is amazing. The next one I picked up is from Sadie Robinson, which is the Live Fearless book. This one I actually picked up at a time where I was having a lot of mental health problems and issues with my anxiety and all of that, where I just felt like I was constantly living in fear and I was constantly anxious all the time, and this book really helped in a way to overcome that for me. It is more of a study, I'm pretty sure. It has a lot of good points and it's a really easy read, and I think that Sadie is a really good speaker as well, and a few of the things that she has written here she's done like speeches on. Okay, so at the end of each chapter it has this S000, and then it also says work the word. So it's a little bit of like a read, and then also a devotional part where you can write answers to certain things that she's like been talking about or asked about. Yeah, this one is a really good one if you are struggling with fear, anxiety. Okay, my next three are from a face. If you are a Christian girl and you haven't heard about the Set Apart Girl conferences, magazines, books, ministry, that whole ministry based in America. I think they're in Colorado. I was thankfully introduced to it at, I think I was like 12 years old, from a friend of mine. She introduced me to it. She actually invited me to like a simulcast conference that they held, and it was amazing. I know I'm using these words a lot: amazing, inspiring, incredible, all those things, but that is truly what it was, because as I said at the start of this video, these books were life-changing to me, and these experiences were life-changing to me. A lot of the things that I have read and studied from a young age, I've been able to apply to my life today. So that is why I say that they are incredible and life-changing, because they truly did change my life. This conference, I was introduced to the Set Apart Girl ministry. On their website, if you go and have a look, they also have a magazine subscription. I have a whole bunch from a couple of years that I've subscribed to myself. I also have a lot of her books as well, so I'm going to go through them with you. I think the first one that I picked up was Set Apart Femininity. This book goes into how we are to be as women, and how being feminine is such a beautiful thing. I think a lot of people, especially these days, I'm starting to notice that will tend to take modesty and make it into just like baggy clothes, which is cool and it looks like such a cool style, but what about our femininity? So I think that that really brings this back. And it also talks about Leslie Ludy is the woman who writes these books. Leslie talks a lot about herself in high school and how she basically just pretended. She played the part of being a Christian and didn't know what being a Christian truly was. So it talks about her testimony a little bit in there. Another book that I read was still by Leslie Ludy is Authentic Beauty. Inside every young woman is a princess in search of her prince. This dives a little bit more into the older girls, I would say, like maybe like start of high school. If you're a mom or you're a sister or something like that, or maybe you are a young girl watching this one, reading this book in like early high school I think is actually okay. I would say middle to late high school for this one. It talks a lot about relationships and beauty and what it is to truly be beautiful. A lot of how as teenagers and how women we negative self-talk a lot. It dives into relationships as well, and having a relationship with the Lord, which I think is really important, especially as young Christian girls. I think so much of our time can be, where's the right guy and when will I fall in love and get married, yada yada yada. When she really draws that back to having a relationship with Christ first. So yeah, as I said, this one is really good for maybe like the mid teenage years to the late teenage years. Talks about a lot about relationships and about having a positive relationship with your body as well. The last book I have from her, and I think it's actually the last book that I picked up from her, I haven't read anything new that she's written, which was The Set Apart Woman. There was also a conference for this one as well, and that also was, I think, the last one that I attended, and not for any reason it to be my last book or conference or anything like that, and it just happened to be. But this book, if you were to read any of the three, read this one. This one changed me in ways that I cannot even talk about. So it's cultivating Christ, honoring daily habits, trade unfulfilling distractions for purpose-filled living, overcome fear and build unwavering faith, exchange confusion and doubt for joy and confidence. If you don't have a really strong relationship with God at the moment, pick this one up. That is what I would say. This will ignite that fire again, make you want to be in his presence more, make you want to pick up his word more. At the end of every chapter, it does have a little devotional as well, which is let's talk about it, read certain passages, read and reflect passages, and then she also asks you questions as well. And I always think that that is, again, something that I really love, especially in Christian books, is to like, how do you apply this to your life right now? But yeah, this book was really interesting. I will say it is for women. I don't know how old I was when I read this though. Probably about 18 years old was when I read this one. But yeah, it's really, really good. And there's this scripture passage that says, "Rise up, my love, and come away," and that's what this book is. If you're wanting to take your relationship with the Lord further and have a really strong connection with him, I would pick this one up. The very last book that I have is In His Image. Now, this is paired with another book, but it's somewhere in those boxes over there, and I'm not going to try to find it right now. But these two books kind of go hand in hand, and I honestly really love them. Again, I use them as more of a devotional because it does have the questions and everything after it as well. This one explores the 10 characteristics of who God is. So how we are made in his image and how we can be more like him. So that really dives into who we should be, basically. Okay, yeah, anyway, so this one paired with the other one talks about who God is. I think the first one, it's like a greeny bluey color one. That one talks a lot about who God is and how can we fathom who God is. Really opened my eyes to like how big and how great God is. And this one is just as good, I promise you. Anyway, so instead of these being like novels, which I probably should have said at the start that these are novel books, that they are like from people's experiences, like Sadie and like Leslie and everybody else that I've put here, Katie. As you can tell, I love reading an autobiography or a biography. I love reading about people's lives. If I can learn from them because they've been through it and they've experienced it, I think that's the best way to learn. Honestly, I really do, from other people's experiences. I hope you enjoyed this video, something a bit different. I don't really read Christian novels, maybe I should. I don't know what's good out there in terms of Christian novels. But these books have, as I said, have changed my life. And if you were looking for a good Christian book to read that will challenge you and inspire you, pick any of these up because I promise you, they will. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like so I know what content I should be doing more of. And thank you so much for watching.